far, you've learned about the zoning and building code requirements for opening your child care program. In this video, we'll review the requirements for public health.
Parents value centers that invest in their children, that put their children as their priorities. So following all the regulations as far as licensing and health and safety really shows to parents that you value the job that you do, the children that you care for, and as well as the community in which you operate.
One of the tasks of our department is to do inspections of daycare centers, which includes family daycares, group daycares, and commercial daycares. The task is to inspect the facility for any kind of health-related issues that could cause concern not only to the children, but the parents as well as the employees of the facility. Our ultimate goal, as we all want it, not only for the health department, not only for the proprietor, but also the children and the families, is to have a healthy and safe environment for the children to not only play in, but also to serve food in. So in essence, what we do is we go around and we do inspections of all these facilities for the two types of facilities, the residential daycare and the commercial daycare. The family daycares are normally in residential dwellings, and we don't expect them to have the same standards as what we would see in a commercial daycare. However, we still do check for these same issues, and that would be any health-related issues that could cause problems to the children. For the food safety training for a residential daycare, our department gives that training to the operator. It is a 4-hour training that we give at one of our facilities, and we issue a certificate upon completion of the course and a passing exam. For the commercial daycares, they are required to take the food safety course, which is what a restaurateur or any kind of food operator would be expected. It's a 16-hour course. It goes fairly deep into all the different aspects of food safety. Upon completion of that exam, which is passing, and completion of the course, you then receive a certificate from the agency you took the test with, and in turn, the operator must give a copy of that to the health department along with a $30 fee, and we will issue a City of Philadelphia food safety certificate, which is what the requirement is for a commercial daycare.
But the training is important because, like I said, it lets you know the temperatures that the food should be, whether they're refrigerated, frozen, or cooked. It also lets you know about how the dishes should be washed, how the food should be stored.
Information for the food safety 16-hour commercial course that you can find on our webpage. For the actual family daycare course, you must call our office and request from one of our employees that you would like to take the course. We will add your name to a list, and upon you getting a slot in one of our classes, we will call you to let you know when it is. We have here a commercial refrigerator, wire racks inside, fans blowing, and it has a thermometer. The thermometer is very, very important because you need to check temperatures of the refrigerator to make sure the food is being stored properly. The next item we have here is a freezer. As you can see, here's a freezer with wire racks, and in the event that the thermometer on your freezer on the outside may not be working or there is none there, you can use a hanging thermometer to check the temperature. Once again, it's very critical that those temperatures be maintained at the appropriate temperatures, otherwise the foods will go bad. The next item we have here is our oven. The oven, also commercial grade, as you can see, wire racks in here, controls here. You will just want to make sure that the glass panels on the door are kept clean and the inside is kept clean. Over here we have our 3-compartment sink. We have the wash basin here, the rinse basin here, and the sanitizing basin here. So typically speaking, if you are using multi-use utensils, which are any kind of metalware that you're going to use routinely, you'll wash it in soapy water, you'll rinse it in clean water, sanitize it, and then up here there is an air drying rack. You do not want to dry your utensils or any of your other wares with paper towels or dish towels. You want to hang them to air dry. And here we have our storage closet. Typically speaking, in a storage closet, you're going to want wire racks that are also, once again, smoothly, easily cleanable. They will also help to keep the containers off the floor, so if there is any kind of splash on the floor, it doesn't get onto the containers. Most of the areas should be kept clean and dry. We should have a recyclable container. If it's food waste, there should be a garbage disposal in the facility. We have one right here, which if there's any kind of food waste, it should go down there. And anything else which is non-recyclable or non-food can go into a container with a cover on top of it, a lidded container. When we go into a family setting, we're not going to require the commercial equipment. We're only going to want any equipment, such as a refrigerator, to be running at the appropriate temperature, a sink to have hot and cold running water, and there'll be enough lighting and no vermin to offer issues. So this is a typical bathroom we would expect to see in a commercial child care center. We have a toilet fixture, we have a sink. When we come in here, we will check to make sure it's clean, basically odor-free. We will check to make sure that the toilet is functioning properly, and as well as we will go over to the sink, we will check to make sure that the temperature of the hot water doesn't go above 110 degrees, because at that point you start getting burns on the skin, and being that this is specifically for children, it's of ultimate importance. So we will check the hot and cold running water. We will make sure they have a waste receptacle in here for any kind of paper towels that get thrown in, and that's really about it. So in a family child care setting, we would be looking for the same exact items as we are looking at right here.
Residential family child care providers will also need to provide certification that they are lead safe. For information about this, call the Health Department's Lead and Healthy Homes Unit.
There are a lot of health regulations, but if you follow the health regulations, then it keeps you and the children in your care safe. It helps keep your staff healthy so that they can come to work and serve your families that are in need of your services. The health regulations are very important to keep both yourself, your staff, and your children and families safe.
Strictly for commercial child care centers, they are required to do a plan review application. That application is available on our webpage. On the application, it does indicate the types of foods that will be served, what is expected in terms of amounts, and we look at all that information, and we look at the type of equipment that you plan on purchasing to make sure that what you have is adequate to handle your needs. For a family child care center, they must call our environmental engineering unit to arrange for an inspection. So once we've done the inspection and you're in compliance, you've actually passed the inspection, you will get what's called a License Eligibility Report form, otherwise known as an LER. It is that form that you will take to the Department of Licenses and Inspection. That is not a license. The LER is an approval for the Department of Licenses and Inspection to issue you a license. So you must take that form to L&I. So do not confuse that form with a license. That is of critical importance because that form expires in 30 days. So for a commercial child care center, the license that will be issued is a preparing and serving food license. For a family child care center, you get a family child care license. You do not get a food license. There is a joint license between L&I and the health department that gets issued. As long as you're serving food, you need the license.
The health and safety of our children is a top concern for everyone: parents, child care providers, the city, and the state. In this video, we've learned about food safety training, lead certification, how to prepare for the health inspection, and the steps you need to take in order to obtain your license eligibility report. The City of Philadelphia wants to help you open a safe and healthy child care program. Visit these websites for more information, consult the guide for child care providers, and don't hesitate to call the city's Office of Business Services with any questions you may have.